Welcome to House of Sky and Breath, episode 2. Jamie and Brooke have read part 2 now, and I think have some more thoughts.
I only have a few thoughts in this episode. Just a few.
Is there anywhere specific you guys want to start? Like anything super big? Should we just start with like specific characters?
Oh, there's just so much that happened.
Okay, we'll start with, how do you guys feel about Clint and Bryce right now? I think when we last saw them, they were being pretty platonic.
I'm so glad that their relationship has progressed.
Yeah, you said if we wanted to talk about something super big, and I was like, I know one really big thing I would love to discuss. Maybe not in detail, but at least in euphemisms.
Hunt's wings.
Hunt's wings.
Yes.
Wingspan. Yeah. They're great. They're awesome. They're definitely mates. I forget if like that kind of came up in the last part that we talked about.
They're definitely mates because they declare themselves as each other's mates.
But they're also definitely mates because of the whole sense combining and Rune being like, yo, dude, you guys are actual mates, like the Fae. Don't know how you pull that off. Their magic's
Except they're
combined.
not, because Bryce is engaged, so they can't be mates.
No, not really.
She's pretty engaged right now still.
She's pretty engaged. She's like super engaged. Yeah.
I don't think she has a ring. I don't think Cormac made it that official.
No.
Guy needs to step up his game.
I don't think any of these engaged couples has a ring.
No.
No, the Ocean Princess probably does. No way she doesn't have like some kind of symbolic ring.
They haven't mentioned one.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned one. Though it does make sense that she would have.
Does one pop up later, Elena? Is that why you think she's got one?
No, I just feel like they seem to hold Therian to like super high standards, so I think it would have been problematic if he hadn't like made it official.
Yeah, except for the last scene where the River Queen was basically like, well, if you die, that's fine. Which I kind of enjoyed because I hate her. But
I'm not a fan of her either. Therian needs to get out. That's why I have that theory that I shared with you guys.
There are too many theories. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Hunt and Bryce are great. They're super mated. Biodome scene was really awesome.
They did it.
They totally did it. I have to say, wait, what?
Public, right?
Why are they always doing things pretty much in public?
Because they're exhibitionists.
In public spaces.
But Bryce knew that nobody was coming through, so I think it's slightly different.
And Commander Sendi's was like, girl, I got you.
Yeah.
No one's coming through the biodome.
I really enjoyed when she said to Rune or Therian, I forget which one, like, she took aside and was like, don't worry, I'm going to seal the doors. I think they need some time alone. And I was like, yes, they do. 2.5 books. It took all the way to here.
She typing them.
We did.
But was it worth it?
Oh, absolutely.
I think
100%.
so.
Yeah.
And then the surprise ending.
When she just winnowed, I was like, yes, we winnowed.
I don't think.
Winnowing.
Yeah, people don't know what winnowing is. Don't you mean teleporting?
We have to call it teleporting?
You have to call it teleporting.
That's what Cormac called it.
She teleported them.
She moved from the biodome to another room that's not even connected.
Yeah, teleported. It was great. I loved it. I love them. They're awesome. I'm happy.
Did the teleporting make it into your crossover notes?
It was already there. It's been there for months. Feels like months. Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of talked about that in the last episode, right? When we found out that
the descriptions are very similar.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, word for word is, I think, how Brooke described it.
I think I screamed about it a little bit.
And
but
like, I approve.
Definitely seems very similar to other powers in other book series that we
Why would you write a new description when you could just copy and paste the description you already wrote? It would be a waste of time.
Well, so you would write a new description if you're a good author and your books don't have crossover. But you would use the same description if you were trying to get your close readers to notice that your books have crossover. I see you, Sarah.
By crossover, you mean Easter eggs?
No, I mean crossover. It's fine. It's fine. We were talking about Bryce and Hunt having sex, which is honestly more important in this timeline. But yeah.
To the next level.
I love them. They're great. I was really upset when Celestina did the whole, like, you're going to have to stay in the barracks for 2 weeks. Like, you can't go home
I
to
was
your
upset
girlfriend.
too. I was like
So
I was waiting for like the shoe to drop from her. Like, she's so nice. Like, something's gonna happen. She's gonna punish him in some way. Like, as soon as like she made that face that he was leaving, like something's gonna happen. And it did.
But like leaving out was kind of scummy on his part, like from an outside perspective.
Right. Because he did promise that he'll support her and he'll be there. But I was gonna say that like at least the punishment wasn't that bad. Compared to like Micah cutting off his wings.
Yeah. I understood it for the plot device it was, because I wouldn't have felt very fulfilled by the whole, like, let's go get a hotel plan either. So I understood that we were getting ourselves to a better scene, and we did. We got there. But I was kind of upset at the time.
But they didn't need a hotel anymore because Ethan got a new home.
Right. Yeah. But
he still kept the date. He still kept the reservations, like the dinner, and he was gonna take her out, like treat her.
Yeah.
As a queen should.
Biodome was great though.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love them.
How was it that they shared powers, right? Did some kind of I was gonna say another word, but never mind.
Yeah, but people don't know that word, Jamie. And I also don't know if that's the case.
How many other book series can we refer to in this episode?
We really can't.
No, we can't.
But anyway,
also,
it is
different. Yes.
Yeah, I also think it's different. I think it's something about the Starborn power and just lightning being similar. I don't know. That's kind of how I
like energy, some kind of energy source, like. Yeah. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. The way I read it was that he gave lightning to her sword, but then later on, he took second light and then gave it to Bryce, and Bryce was like a conduit, and then she took down the 3 dog guys.
Yeah, the
That's not there.
Oh, what were they called?
Shepherd.
The shepherd. Yes. Yeah, that was while they were in the Bone Quarter. Was the first time that it happened, and it did seem like Hunt was using his power to like give to Bryce so that she could magnify her power. But I don't know. To me, it like seemed slightly different in the Biodome. Like more like their powers were combining in a way to like create something different that neither of the two of them can do alone, which is so cute.
Oh, it happened again. Well, I know he was like. What was that? Like his power was like trying to like overfill, and she was trying to calm him down because
doing
like
the whole alpha hole thing,
primal, alpha thing.
Don't threaten my lady.
I was like, I get it, but damn, dude, calm down.
Seriously. Yeah.
Don't take everyone down with you.
Yeah.
Not yet.
It is always fun when your guy just wants to unalive everyone to keep you safe. There's a part of me that loves it.
Yeah, but you don't need to like unalive all your friends.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, don't unalive all your friends. You just made friends.
Yeah.
True. What do you guys think of the other water? I forget what the New Ocean
So
World.
Like the
cool.
other, so there's 4 river courts and then an ocean
Yeah.
court, which I mean, it makes sense, duh. But like, I was surprised that there was an ocean court too.
Yeah, we had like heard about it from the River Queen, like one of her meetings with Therian. He had kind of gone through like the 4 rivers and the ocean. The deep court or like the beneath the
World beneath,
Something like
Yeah.
that. The rivers are like red, blue, black, and white or something.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. And then this was like the ocean court in the beneath, which was awesome. And it seems great. They're like totally pro, like, you know, let's not be part of a totalitarian government, which I'm on board for. And
Yeah.
they seem really, really chill.
Yeah, I like the little details where they're explaining like life before the Asteri.
Yeah.
Oh, they described life before the Asteri? Like
Well,
they were there?
maybe not in those
bit.
exact words, but like
Yeah.
how there was like a world underneath, and like they used to have like this and roads. Like there was roads when they were floating by.
They talked about how they used to self-govern. Like they definitely said like before the Asteri, like when we
okay.
were able to
Thank
do
you,
what
Brooke.
we wanted. Yeah, don't worry. Don't, just in case you read more chapters because I was taking too long to catch up, Jamie, which no one would judge you for.
So Elena will read to the end. I will read ahead. And Brooke
I'll be the only
closely read every line.
every minute detail of every word. Just, yeah. I had to pick it apart and then take notes and then think and then continue. It's a slow process. Yeah.
You have to try and have facts behind your theories for when Jamie and I just shoot them down, whether or not we're lying or not.
I always have facts. I've got facts. They're great facts. Although I have to say, they were talking about the pillars under the water when they were in the ship going down to the beneath. And I did kind of wonder if that might be some crossover too that we can talk about later. But just wondering what the weird symbols were on all of the pillars that Therian had no idea what they were.
Oh. I think I know what you're talking about.
Maybe weird symbols on stone.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I'm being honest, I haven't reread to that part yet because you guys know I get bad this week.
When you do. Call me.
Didn't pick up on it the first time because if we're being honest, the first time I read this, I just read it really fast and didn't think about any theories and did the opposite of what Brooke's doing.
You read it in 2 days.
Yeah. That I can yeah. Elena, side question, not spoilery or anything, but when you read these 2, had you read any of Sarah's other books before these?
Yeah, what happened is I finished ACOTAR, and then I was like, I need something else, and I immediately jumped into these.
Okay, but you hadn't read Throne of Glass yet.
No, I hadn't read Throne of Glass, and yeah, that's just
okay. Cool.
Yeah, and
I like the underwater world.
Cool underwater world.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're going to talk about the underwater world, we have to talk about the fact that there is now a body.
Oh.
There's a body. Oh.
I was so bummed.
I was
like, no, can't be. Like I was in denial for a little bit, and then it was made real by Cormac.
It makes total sense, and I'm at peace with it. I do truly trust in the fact that Sophie is dead. Although I will also say that there have been way too many discussions about necromancy, and I'm just like, oh no, bitch might be coming back.
Yeah, possibly. Like, yeah, this isn't the first time. And we know that Hypaxia, her father, or was it her father? I'm sorry. I can't remember which parent had that skill.
They
so
know
probably
that
went
Hypaxia has it.
Yeah, right, yeah. So like every time there was like a reference to necromancy, I'm like, oh, Hypaxia. Okay, when is she coming back? When is she coming back?
Yep. We all keep talking about needing a necromancer. We got one.
Yeah, the only one we know.
Yeah. But yeah, it was
We need to
very
add a
sad.
necromancer to the squad.
Necromancer / Medwitch. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, it was super sad. I'm really sad for Cormac.
It
And
was really
yeah,
heartbreaking.
yeah, it was hard to watch. But it seems like Sophie, like in her final moments, carved this string of like numbers and letters onto her, I think her right arm, while she was drowning. Nobody seems to know what they mean yet, but my guess is that they have something to do with that big bad secret that she kept referring to having about the Asteri. So I'm interested to see how they figure that out.
Yeah. I was thinking like maybe
gone
Dex.
forever.
No, it means nothing. She was just giving herself a sick tat before she died.
Didn't Emil know? Or was she the sole like secret keeper?
I don't think he did.
People are questioning whether Emil knows because they don't like know what she told him before she died, but it's definitely not a for certain thing. It was, I think, is my understanding.
So the Hind really killed her.
Yeah. The Hind is an asshole.
Throwback to Brooke saying maybe the Hind is redeemable.
I definitely said that was a possibility, not knowing much about her. I very quickly decided I was wrong.
I don't know. I think she's a pretty cool, strong lady.
I will say, I think Pippa is worse because she kills. Sometimes I think for the joy of it. The Hind, she does it to like torture, but to get information, and that's like her job and title. Pippa, like you're in a rebellion. You don't have to do all that shit. You don't have to like kill Veneer kids.
That's true.
I don't know, because I also feel like the Hind really enjoys like torturing and killing people. Like I don't think it's entirely like I'm doing this because I believe in the Asteri and I'm protecting them. Like I think she kind of gets off on it. So I think they're both pretty awful. Like 0% redemption arc for either of them. Death dance.
But yeah, no, the Hind is scary. Like I was really worried when she's finally in Lunacian and she knows everything about everyone. Like the poker game and like knowing about Ethan's like feelings for Bryce when no one else knew. Like how did she find out about that?
She went through their text.
Yes. I will say
that's right.
I will say, like, I loved that the Hind read their text messages and came to the same conclusion that I came to when I read their text messages and was like, oh, damn, these guys got the hots for each other. I no longer feel that way. But yeah.
They're like brother-sister now.
Yeah, I mean,
with Ethan, like some unrequited feelings.
Right. I think it's clear that like Bryce never had feelings for Ethan and that it was entirely one-sided, but it was still very painful to like hear his side
really
of
was. He wanted to marry her and have like build a family with her. And this was before he knew that this was the Bryce that his brother was talking about.
Yeah, met her for like 10 minutes and already decided they were going to get married and have kids.
Ethan!
And he would have chosen her over Sunball.
Yes.
Am I the only one that really hopes that Ethan ends up as a Sunball player after this? Am I the only one that's still hoping for that?
No, I think that would be a cute ending for him. Yeah. I think he's kind of having his, like, he's kind of having his college frat boy moment living with Rune and them.
Yes. Total frat boy moment. Yeah, I debated like, oh, like he has alpha material, like, you know, he could be an alpha, but the downside would be that Sabine would be the prime, and that would suck. Yeah,
not if she's dead. Just saying.
If she was out of the picture, then yeah.
And we also killed Amelie.
Challenged her for the prime position.
You know, it was like or alluded to that Ethan could, but not at this moment. He could in the future.
Yeah.
He would die if he tried.
Right now, yes, he would die.
Yeah. I mean, because like
But we
the
need him
prime-
alive.
Yeah, I'd be really crushed if he died, honestly. But like, I mean, the prime called him, like old grandpa called him and was like, "Hey, son, like, you're alpha material. Just let me know when you want it, and like, I'll build you a team."
Yes, like that's what
Yeah.
I love about Bryce too. Like she's always looking out for her friends. Like that was one example. Another example in this book that like she's looking out for Ethan, and then she does the same for June, and then June's kind of being a biatch about it.
Total bitch. Come on, June.
Like I kind of get it, but like you still kind of suck, and I'm still mad at you from book one.
So I thought about it, and because I felt the same way. Like, I understand June's immediate reaction. Like, how dare you use your status to like undermine everything I've worked for? And I understand that as an immediate reaction no matter what, but it's only a real reaction if it had been like oh, she keeps getting passed up in a normal world and then Bryce pulled strings. But it's literally that she's not getting the positions that she should be in these performances because she saved humans. Like, it's a political thing. It's not based off of her, like, her ability or the fact that she doesn't really deserve it, but Bryce is giving it to her anyway. And I'm upset that June couldn't think through that and like get over herself before she acted the way she did.
And also, like Bryce doesn't use that title at all much, right? I think this is like, isn't this like her first time? Really?
That was the first time.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Like this was the first time
we've already seen
said,
the
like,
second
"Hey,
time.
this is Princess Bryce."
Princess Bryce Dannon, the Starborn Princess. Yeah.
Like a title that she didn't even care for, didn't even want, and she was using it to help someone else, not for her own needs. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm bummed about that whole reaction because, yeah, like time and time again, we keep seeing Bryce like use her power and her influence for good. Like, really and truly, she's just doing what she thinks is best. And when she like snuck into the den to like go find out from the prime like about what Danica was doing with the old books and the wolf lineage, but then also was just like, also, by the way, like Ethan got exiled. I don't think you know about that. Could you please do something?
Yeah.
She's a good friend.
That's our Bryce. Yeah. Just a really great friend, always putting herself out there, and she would definitely like sacrifice herself for her friends.
Oh yeah.
She's tried on multiple occasions.
Like the bomb that happened at that nightclub, she put herself, who hasn't even had the drop, over June.
Yep.
Saving June. Hello, June.
Yeah. I'm hoping that will work out well and that it doesn't end in like a June being in another life or death situation that she doesn't make it out of.
I just think Bryce's friends now are better than the friends she made in college. Because the friends she made in college seem to like.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They weren't there for her. They weren't there for her when Danica died.
No, they weren't there for her when Danica died. Danica's kind of sus on her own. Like, I guess they were best friends.
And then keeping
like,
secrets from her too.
So many secrets. Like, I cannot keep track of how many secrets Danica had anymore.
I've gotten to the point where
I kind of,
the flash drive and the jacket.
Yeah, the
and now
Bloodhound.
Oh, the Bloodhound.
College papers.
God
so
damn
many.
it, Danica. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like there's something weird with Danica's like lineage, like her great great grandparents or something. Because that's what she was looking into in the book in the Antiquities Dealer. But it seems like they might have been like pre-Asteri. We don't really have more information about them other than that they were like that far back, and that it seems like the Prime of the Wolves is also like pro-Asteri overthrow, which I'm like, go grandpa. Yeah. Like, you will be no help, but thank you.
I think it was really interesting too that like there was a time before the Asteri. Like the Asteri just up and came out of nowhere. And then started this hierarchy and started controlling everything.
It's almost like everybody here was descended from people on other planets.
Planets or
Weird.
worlds, and
yeah, we definitely haven't seen any similar characteristics or magical powers.
through like gates. Yeah.
Certainly not physical items like books or anything. Definitely. No crossover here, people. Just some very detached books. Not connected. I'm sorry, I'm a lot, Elena. I'm sorry. Continue. What was the next
I feel
question?
like those are some pretty far out theories. Like, pretty dramatic to just assume
Far
different worlds.
out.
Far out into the universe where other worlds might exist.
Like, you're just saying everyone on this planet is an alien, and they just, like, were brought here?
I mean, that's what they say in the book.
I had in my notes that so it was when it's on the dream bridge, right? Or the mind speak thing between Rude and Agent Day. And he's trying to like size her up, like get some information on her. So and then she's explaining about her family and it clicks to him because I think earlier he theorized that her voice was very regal, very like polite, thinking that like, oh, maybe she's an Asteri. And then later this conversation when she's talking about her family and it clicks to him that the Asteri doesn't have family. They didn't have no parents. And so I wrote in my notes, are they robots?
Are they holograms?
Are they robots? Yeah, are they holograms?
It's one of my current theories. Yeah, I also caught that, Jamie, and I think that's important because I think it's either that she is an Asteri, which it's not my number one theory, and that they do have family.
Yeah, I don't think she is.
No, but I think that it's more that he's not, and we're trying to find somebody who has parents and at least one really awful dad. But,
so many awful dads.
So many awful or entirely absent fathers who we wonder who they are and how they gave genetic code to people that wield lightning.
Yeah. Like, okay, so do we know about Ethan's family? Like his other than Connor, like his parents.
I don't know if it's ever come up. Which makes me
think
I
think they died young. Wasn't that right?
Yeah.
I think they might have died young, and Connor was like the only family he had or something. That sounds vaguely familiar.
Well,
yeah.
Now that you guys say that, I do remember that they're definitely dead because when Ethan gets all of that money to go to the Mystics and the Astronomer, Bryce keeps saying like you don't have to spend like another gold mark or whatever like of the fortune your parents left you. They're definitely dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of him. He's come a long way.
Yeah, now he has a new lady. That's not.
I was really excited for that.
All.
He has a test tube lady?
Yes.
Test tube lady. Oh yeah, pretty much. But she's a wolf. She comes from a bad family.
Yeah, and it's more like a test tub, Elena. It's not a tube. It's a whole tub.
I mean, it could have started as a tube. She's been there since she was like 4.
Yeah, it's not crazy so young.
But yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that like she could have been an alpha had she not been sold by her parents to that
Brooke's
creepy
got
guy.
a theory. Look at
Brooke. What's their theory?
They're gonna have their own little pack at some point.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I want him to have his own pack as long as Sabine is out of the picture.
Yeah, it'll be great. He's gonna save her, I know, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I hope so. Even though he wasn't able to this time, he was able to swipe those 4 rings that had the fire sprites and a dragon. That's exciting. And a dragon.
We found a dragon, guys.
Because I didn't know dragons could be in the books.
My favorite part is when we smash open all the rings and then this like super naked, very violent dragon female comes out of one of them. Flynn is immediately like, like, I'm gonna tap that. I call it.
Yeah.
I call dibs. This one's
I
mine.
love
I was
it.
just like, yeah.
Something that he would totally do too. Like,
Yep.
call it.
Yeah, I love because I think it's in Ethan's perspective, and he's like, "Why is Flynn like flirting and like egging on the scary dragon lady?" And I'm like, "Cause that's Flynn." It made me happy for him.
How cute was it with the shampoo bottles too?
Oh, I screenshotted that. It was so cute.
It was very cute.
Yeah, like the Rune Flynn Declan whole relationship is amazing and reminds me of other group boy relationships that are similar and makes me nervous because I just keep wondering if one of them is expendable and I'm like, please
No.
God, no.
No. Not
Yeah.
these guys.
I know. It makes me nervous. Things are getting very dangerous and I'm scared.
They do have a
Yeah.
big group right now.
They do
They
have a very
do.
large group.
I was thinking how like we don't have a lot of females. It's very male dominant, and I want more females.
Yeah, I mean, depending on who Day is, which I think we should throw some theories around. We've got like
Mhm.
her, Celestina. I think that we've got Hypaxia out doing something. We've got Bryce, obviously.
Where is she?
Impo's super evil, but then like we still have Danica. Like she's still very much a presence in the storyline, even though she's dead. Like she's still like yanking
Like,
everybody's
yeah,
chains.
her secrets are still lingering, and they still have that effect on people.
Mhm.
Like her dad didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
Another good dude.
so
Oh,
good.
he's awful.
Yeah. I have to say, it makes me appreciate more like how great Bryce's dad is, like real dad, not bio dad. Just because I'm glad we have
Yeah. Her
one
human
really
dad.
nice dad. Yeah, her human.
Yes, I keep forgetting about that. Thank you for bringing him back.
Yeah, like two just really solid parents. Like Bryce's mom can be a little annoying, but at the same time, like would take a bullet for either of them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And they still don't know what's going on. Like neither of them.
they know, like the last time we heard from Bryce's mom, it was the whole like, what do you mean you're engaged to the Avalon Prince? And
Right.
in one of the
Yeah.
last chapters of this part, Bryce was sending her another "I'm sorry we fought" postcard. So I don't think that they've actually gotten to the point where they're like really talking about what's going on again yet.
Yeah, like I don't think she knows about her and Hunt.
He would be
No.
so excited.
I don't think she
Wait,
will be
was
though.
she? I can't remember how she
Yeah, she
reacted
just wanted
during
them to
the.
figure their stuff out.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think it'll be a catch-22. I think she'll be really excited that Bryce and Hunt are together, but they are true mates, which I don't know how Bryce's mom will take because she's very anti-Vanya. And I'm just like, oh, that's going to be hard. But hopefully she'll be happy.
True mates, huh?
Are you
Okay.
doubting it? Wait, do we have to go back and talk about this? I just thought it was fact.
I don't
I'm still
know
about
about
this.
true. I don't know about true mates, but I'll entertain the idea.
No, please explain, Jamie.
The way I read it, it didn't really seem like okay, there was like a mating bond or that like it's like a piece of thread, like how it was clear with some other couples that in the book series. For them, I feel like it's something that they established between themselves, and I really liked that because it's not something like they didn't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend or some other title. They wanted to be mates. And he was accepting to the fact of that because it's a very Fae like tradition. When you say mate, that's forever. Like you get one and yeah. Like and that was interesting. Like I thought he had that with Shahar, but he said no, he never had that. Like he never called her a mate or anything like that. And I thought I was so convinced that like that was his true love. And so having them both agree on it, I thought that was beautiful. And I like that they both agreed to be each other's mates. That's the way I see it. I don't know about a mating bond. I know I do see like the mixing of the scents.
Guys, stop gaslighting me.
that rune smelled.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Jamie. Like, I think that in my mind, they're mated no matter what, from that moment on. And like, it doesn't matter if there's a weird golden string between them, or they can talk to each other in their minds, or their scents mingle or anything. But we do keep getting a lot of that, where like Rune definitely could smell that like their scents had intertwined, like the way that Rune says like Hunt is going crazy.
What if it's just sex? He could just smell the sex on them.
Just sex.
We know that happened. That also happened.
That's true. But they are also talking to each other in their minds like other characters in other book series have as well. Yeah, they started doing it in the past few chapters, where they can tell what the other one is thinking.
But like literally like reading each other's
full
minds.
Sentences. Yeah. And even one of them is like, well, you're not a mind reader, but, and I'm like, yeah, but you guys are. Like, you just had like a full conversation. So
yeah. Either way, I just like the idea that it was their choices. Yeah. And it wasn't something like a certain cauldron or fate, some gods that put them two together.
That's definitely not a cauldron. Yeah. No, I agree. I think it was really cute, and that whole scene was really adorable. Like, what do I call you, boyfriend? Yes, like, how about mate? And I was like,
I knew when I read that, like, I was like, oh, Brooke's gonna like
Brooke just died.
Brooke just died. R.I.P. Brooke.
R.I.P. That's exactly what happened. Just some good stuff. But yeah, I love their whole mating bond setup.
Talking about other couples, how do you feel about Rune and Day and their non-relationship, which is still platonic at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, it could. Yeah. I feel like it could be something more.
Oh, it has to be. I'm 100% on board for them.
It's like it's building up to it. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
I really do look forward to their scenes.
I don't care who she is, and I will say that right now in front of everyone. I do not care who she is. It is the two of them, and I'll stick by that.
You don't care who she is?
Nope.
Like, no matter
what.
Like
in real life.
In real life, I don't care.
Who do you think she is?
I keep going back and forth between Hypaxia and Celestina now, but I'm wondering if the like that awful scene where Day gets like pulled out of their mind bridge and then like clearly has very unwanted and rough sex with someone.
Non-consensual, yeah. Like
technically
it's supposed to be sleeping, like
right. And it seemed very much like what would be happening with Celestina and Ephraim, which I also really don't like.
Yeah, we don't like that. She doesn't even like it.
Right. That scene made me wonder if it was her. But I keep going back and forth from like the other little hints we get, and I'm wondering if it was a red herring. But then I'm like, all right, but wait, if it's Hypaxia, who's doing that to her? I don't know.
Right. Yeah, because we don't know who she could even be with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when I read through it, I was also very convinced it was Celestina based on like those details. Because like it didn't make sense to be Hypaxia because like she's kind of in a position of power where it seems unlikely like not that she couldn't be forced into that situation, but it just doesn't seem like she is in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of her background kind of lines up too. Like I could see both Celestina and Hypaxia coming from a very influential family.
Yep.
Not knowing their father.
Hypaxia was raised by her mom, though, not her dad.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Hypaxia's dad isn't in the picture, but I wasn't sure if it was because of what might have happened in their past that
right. But it could still be like another Bryce situation where like she knows who her father is and he's still a piece of shit, even though he's not involved.
Still shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only other things that make me think that it's not Celestina are like the two physical traits that Rune has now caught glimpses of. He keeps
Yeah.
referring to like the long hair that she has that he's like glimpsed that like drapes over the couch arm. Um it's her long hair, which seems like it's long straight hair, and Celestina's hair is tight and curly.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that he's mentioned is that she has like I don't know how he says it, like tilted eyes or like that they're like creased at the sides or what, but like not like super
Oh.
round eyes. I don't know if he says like pointed or what.
She could just change her appearance in the mind bridge because she's not an
Mm-mm.
idiot and wants to protect herself. Unlike Rune, who's like, "Hello, it is me, Prince Rune Dannon. Don't worry about it."
Okay, you give him some credit. Okay, he didn't say that word for word, but he did say that he was in the Ox. He
The
had like a
leader of
really.
the Ox.
Did he really say? Damn it, Rune! Come on.
She's like, "I'm used to giving commands. I'm a leader in the Ox." Stupid. I think we pretty much covered everything. Like we were just talking about who Jay is, and you said no matter what, you'll be okay with it, even if she's in a Sari or something.
It will be.
Because
Um,
they're just so cute together. And if he's not
No,
getting it with Hypaxia in real life, maybe he'll get with Agent Day in the day in the Dream Bridge.
yeah.
you can't have Dream Bridge hookups. That doesn't seem like something that can happen.
It
It
definitely
hasn't been proven yet, but
um
it's totally a possibility.
I think we've proved that it can happen though, because they like snuggled for like story time before bed in one of the last scenes, and like he could feel her body. So you can definitely hook up in the Dream Bridge.
Oh, was it? Did he? Or I thought I read that like he wanted to put his head on her lap,
Nope, he put his head
but
on
he
her lap,
did.
like playing with his hair, and he
Just
can.
means that I need to read it again, which
It just
I'm okay with.
Oh,
it
that's what we were talking about. We were talking about how it's super obvious that who he is in the dream world because he doesn't hide himself.
Rune's so obvious. It's painful.
I think she's not a secret agent,
No, he's
probably. Okay, so we talked about Hunt and Bryce. We talked about Rune. We kind of talked about how sad Cormac is. I think we like touched on most of the main characters. I think the biggest thing is like, do we have ideas for where Emil is now that he's not? Oh, we need to talk about the Bone Quarter and that
Oh
whole
yeah,
scene.
the shady shit that's going on in there.
What do you mean
The
shady?
Underking
It's just how their society works.
that
no.
no one knew about except maybe the Asteri and the River Queen of all people.
Yeah, it's pretty awful that it's like, okay, yeah, you're coming to the afterlife, but then we're just gonna feed your soul to the power grid. Also, I'm gonna eat part of you. It's like, no, not
What the hell?
what I
You don't
said.
like the Underking? You're not a fan? He's
No.
another city leader that we don't like?
Yeah. Really exciting.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. I thought he was gonna be like a spooky Santa Claus, and then he just ended up being a little guy, and I didn't like it.
Oh, that's what you meant. I was like, what does she mean, spooky Santa?
Picturing it like a creepy Halloween town that they were going into. I was so pumped. And then it was, it's just evil here. Ah, damn.
Yeah. I thought it would be cool if he was Team Bryce, but just seems like he's Team Eating Souls.
Yeah. Team Underking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we found out he didn't send the Reaper, so it's confirmed that it was one of the demon princes.
One of the princes. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't really trust him, but if you do trust him, then he didn't send the Reaper and they came from hell.
He didn't lie about anything else. He was like, you can say a lot about him, but it seems like he was pretty truthful for their entire trip.
We're just going to trust him.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it seemed like he was very insulted that Bryce insinuated that he wouldn't have known that one of his Reapers left
Yeah.
and attacked her. or attacked Rune.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm leaning toward that too, that they probably came from hell. And we met our third circle prince of hell, which was awesome. He's real bad.
Real. Fine.
You think
You don't know that he's
fine?
Well, he could be.
Elena, how hard are you gonna try to make people good?
I've given up on the leaders of the city, except maybe Celestina.
Okay, I think it's
maybe
just is super evil.
Wait, why is he super evil?
Well, he's the one that they meet when they go to the Mystics.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that was just gonna like eat and torture the nice mystic guy, and seem just like super bad for bad's sake.
Yeah, but how can they all be bad when we know one is good? It doesn't make sense that one is good and all the rest are terrible. Like, that doesn't seem to make sense.
I don't know. If I had to pick one good demon prince, it'd be Adis, because he turns
Yeah.
into a cat.
I also don't think that Apollyon is actually evil. I kind of think that he might be like rebellion leaning. Like he was the one that caused all the chaos, but I think his chaos might have been like anti-Asteri. So I say we like team up with that guy. All right, I know we've only got like 10 minutes left. What else do we need to discuss? What did we forget?
We talked about the bone quarter. We talked about where do you guys think Emil is? Like, is he dead? Is he hiding?
He's hiding somewhere. I just have no clue where.
I have no idea.
What was the clue again? Do you guys remember the clue?
He was
where souls come to rest, right?
Yeah, where souls go to rest, and then
so the Underking.
And then it was Hippo was saying that none of them would dare to go there.
So it's not the bone quarter, obviously.
And I'm just like, where would souls go to rest? And none of
Okay.
It was a murder-suicide pact.
It's like an AA meeting. It's like that just none of them would want to go there.
Yeah, Brooke, remember when you wanted them all to be rebels and now the rebels hate them because they blew up all the rebel stuff?
Great. So great. Yeah. I was really glad when we blew up all the rebel stuff. When they were like, we can't let them have these mech suits. I was like, yeah, let's blow them up. It was great.
Cool.
And then I think the only other thing is vaccine good or not?
Oh, good.
Good.
He tried to warn them.
In my head, I read his name differently.
Wait, how did you pronounce it?
I think I read it as Baxian.
Yeah, Baxian.
Okay. Is that what Elena says? Sorry.
He tried to warn them when they were coming out, blowing all the shit up on Ophion. Like he tried to warn them that the Hind and the other baddies were coming. So
yeah, and now the Hind has seen them, which isn't good for when they come back.
Awkward.
Yeah. I thought that was why he was stalking them. Like he's just looking out for them. Hopefully.
No, he's definitely on their side. Like he and
why?
Well, he just
why do we think
references that like we all had to do things we had to under Sandriel. Doesn't mean that he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really like good person statement to make.
He also kind of alluded to like you weren't around the whole time and things changed, like things happened. So maybe something happened where he like was okay to finally not be part of the group anymore, that like snapped him out of it. I don't know what it was, but I fully trust him.
He also
has an interesting theory.
He also seemed to have some like history with Sabine, like that whole encounter where she goes over Bryce's apartment, and then at the very end, Baxian comes and there was like that weird face off, like something's going on between them.
Well, Baxian is like a weird in between, right? Because he's an angel, but he's also a wolf. Like he's a hellhound. Like that's his
Yeah.
shift. And like
I'm just
Ethan,
trying to like, how
yeah,
did he come to like know her and stuff if he's under Sandriel's and he's like across in Pandora?
I'm not sure. I don't know if maybe at some point he tried to like defect to be part of the den or what, but he definitely like he has like some claim to also being a wolf.
I don't know. Like, I feel like Sabine wouldn't allow that
Well, right.
because
Bitch.
he's not really a true wolf. He's an angel who can shift
Right.
into a wolf.
Yep. Interesting.
I like Baxian.
Yeah, I like him too. I hope he's good. I like the little cute moments where they're playing video games and he completely sucks.
Final question. Who do you like more? Cormac or Ethan?
Ethan.
Ethan.
Why do you like Cormac so much?
I love Cormac.
But more than Ethan?
No, I would have had to think about it. I would have just been able to say Ethan.
Elena, I asked you the same question. You said Ethan.
But I had to think about it.
No, I think for the longest time, like ever since he was revealed to be Agent Silverbow, I was like, okay, that's cool. But like I think you need to show more in order for me to really like you. And I think that especially started to change when the way he reacted over Sophie's body. But still, like, I'm sorry, like my heart will go to Ethan over Cormac.
Yeah.
Ethan was so mean to Bryce for so long. Do we not have a vendetta against Ethan like we do with Juniper?
No.
No, because he redeemed himself.
Yeah.
He went against Sabine, supported Bryce in that article, and he lives with her, very supportive, like.
Yeah. I think that the way that Ethan reacted after Connor died and he found out about Bryce fucking that guy in the bathroom while his brother was dying, I understand, again, like the initial reaction, but not the follow through. And it just like tells me that, like, yeah, he definitely thought he had feelings for Bryce, which is crushing, but he never really did. Because if he actually ever loved her, like, he would have never reacted that way. But they're best friends now, and he's growing as a person, and he's making that effort. Whereas I need to see June be like, okay, I was dramatic and got upset with you, and I shouldn't have because you have my back all the time.
So what you're saying is if Hunt dies and Bryce ends up with Cormac, it won't be a thing.
Hunt doesn't die.
Hunt doesn't die, and she doesn't end up with Cormac. And if she was to end up with anyone else, it'd be Ethan.
But it's not Ethan, because Ethan is with the no-name lone wolf mystic girl.
The Mystic Wolf Girl.
Mystic Wolf Girl. Guys, it's Mystic Wolf Girl. Okay.
Hunt doesn't die. Hunt dies, I stop reading.
Ooh, a hot take. Any other theories we haven't talked about? Did we already discuss Brooke, your crossover? I can't remember if we.
I don't think I can talk about it here.
Oh yeah, you did. So you're right.
We gotta,
I had that hypaxia theory that I sent over the chat.
Yeah, about that, Jamie.
I think ever since that moment at the summit in the first book where they make eye contact, Therian and Hypaxia, I just thought that like that little moment was really cute, but it was very subtle. Doesn't mean that like something was happening. And this was before we knew that she had zero interest in Rune. But after that moment, I was like, oh, they could, be cute together. And then all the stuff that he's going through with the River Queen, I'm just like, wow, she sucks. He's not happy with an engagement or even being under the River Queen all the time. So I just thought like, oh, who who could save him, if anyone? And it'd be really cool if a queen went against a queen. So Queen Hypaxia versus the River Queen. And I thought, like, oh, that'd be cute if they ended up together and lived happily ever after. That's
Yeah, it
just
could be.
a random, like, far off, really, really pulling it theory, stretching.
We've
'Cause I mean-
definitely had more stretching theories.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. That's a good possibility, Jamie. I think that like their feelings for each other were not like so like I don't think that they were like that understated because I remember us talking about it. We were like, wait a minute, like
But it's
you know,
also like his
they're-
personality because he's a big flirt too. Like
That's-
he was super flirtatious with Bryce.
yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, like that is Therion's personality, but I could totally see them being together. I think that if Hypaxia is not Day, then that would be a good opportunity. But I also really loved Therion's like little feelings for the captain of the ship that they're on. I was like, is this just because you're seeing like a whole new world where you could be happy under the ocean? Or like not to mix two Disney movies in one sentence, but or like is it that you guys actually kind of have feelings for each other? Because that'd be kind of cute.
Interesting that you read it that way because I didn't get any vibes between them. I read it as like Commander Sandys is just doing her job, and then Tharion just wanting to know more about the Ocean Court, what she does, because obviously it's very different between the River Queen and the Ocean Queen. So I'm not sure if I got any like love romantic.
I think they were definitely like early stage, like baby feelings. But yeah, I got some sort of vibes from them. While she was telling him that he's like too cynical, like, you know, that I think that she said something about like, I think you feel that way because you can't trust your queen and that's sad. And he was like, well, you're delusional for trusting yours. And like, oh, guys, maybe you could just love each other. I don't know.
But yeah, like see like the differences between how they're treated by their queens and their how their queens treat them. Like the River Queen had zero trust in Tharion. Wouldn't even let him have a team to go over to the mech suits.
Yep. He was like, are you trying to get me killed? Like, because that won't look good. And she was like, well, then you're going to have to protect my honor and not die. It's just like, that's not a great answer.
Right. So you asked my daughter to go up on the surface, like, you go pick up some trash.
Yeah, Therian definitely doesn't want to be a murderer. Like, do we all agree on that? That, like, if he just didn't have, like, fins anymore, he'd probably be okay with it. I think, like, it might take some time to get over, but I was like, this is a really nice place for him because it's, like, the in-between where he can be part of the sea world, but then also, like, mostly have legs, which he likes. Yeah.
Guys, is this where I start trying to advocate that the River Queen could have a redemption arc?
This is usually where you would do that, and I suggest you don't.
Yeah. Don't pull another Micah with the River Queen, please.
I don't think you believe me this time. She's just the worst.
Because I learned my lesson.
No, even if you had, like, if I hadn't done that and you could completely trusted me, it would be a hard sell.
Yeah, I still don't believe. Yeah, I you're right. Like I wouldn't believe that she would have a redemption arc.
I think there are some evil characters that could have a redemption arc.
Baxian, that's it.
The Asteri.
No.
You said if the Asteri are Agent Day, you will forgive one of them.
Oh, she
That's
got
fair.
you.
I will. You're right. You're right. But not them as a group. If there's like
Just
one of
one.
them that's like infiltrating to like get rid of the others, that's fine. Redemption arc.
What if the Asteri is just one?
One hologram.
No, because like
Well,
Like-
one person to control the hologram.
All the holograms.
All the holograms.
That's right. That's definitely him. He's
The theory being holograms is a theory I enjoy, and I think it has merit.
yeah. Oh no, I don't think it's too out there. It's still my number one theory.
That's because it's not true.
How do you know, Jamie? Did you finish the book like you weren't?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I can't. What chapter are we reading through for the next part?
Okay. So we're not reading all of part 3 because I thought that would be a lot, because a lot happened. And I definitely didn't choose the chapter where it's going to end on a cliffhanger. So don't worry about that.
Uh-huh.
But we are reading to chapter 67.
Literally, anyone reading along with us is gonna read through 67 and be like, "Nah, motherfuckers," and it's just gonna
But
keep
like,
going.
so this is the chunk we're reading, and this is the chunk that will be left.
What?
Okay, what?
How much happens in that little chunk?
Holy cow, are you serious?
Where the crossover happens. Is it 48 where the crossover happens?
Oh my god, that is a big. I was just looking at the chapter difference, and it's like a big chunk in the begin for part 1
Part 1 of
or
part
part A. Sorry, part A.
It's part 3A. Yeah. It is a big difference, but that's just because a lot happens at the end. Like, and I feel like that happened in Crescent City too, where like not Crescent City, but like in House of Sky and not House of Sky,
Earth and blood.
House of Earth and Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where like it all wraps up in the last like few chapters and goes really quick. This is kind of
Yeah.
written in a
Because
similar way.
it was a lot of action.
And not for crossover.
We'll see. I can't wait to find out. Elena,
Okay.
what? Because I know that in other episodes and other books, we've had to promise that we'd apologize to people if we were wrong and they were right. What do I get when there's crossover?
I've admitted that there's some crossover, like there's cute little Easter eggs, and I could see areas where like things are similar. I just don't think we're gonna see characters from like one section of book in another section of book.
So you don't think a big portal is going to open up and they're
Could you
When-
be lying?
no, never.
No, I don't think a big portal is gonna open up.
What if
Because
when
that's
you say character, did you mean like books? Like the Book of Breathing and
no, that's an Easter
Oh.
egg.
The Walking
That's
Dead.
just an Easter egg. Like I don't think that book is literally picked up from the other world. I think that's
Oh,
just like a
I
fun,
see. Okay. I
like
get
a hint for like
Because it's
What?
checked to avoid by someone in another world.
Because I think when we say crossover, you mean like we're gonna see characters from one world in another world. Or is that not what we mean?
No, I just think that finally not be able to keep pretending like all 3 of these books are in the same place.
I don't think all 3 of these books are in the same place.
That they're in the same universe. They're connected.
I don't think all 3 of these books are in the same place.
Elena hesitated. Did you see that, Brooke? She hesitated.
I was just thinking about it. I don't think all 3 of these books are in the same place. That's
We-
right. We have maps.
We'll find
But-
out.
But the universe,
I'm gonna make like a
the mass verse.
I can't wait. I'm gonna like work on my video editing skills so it can just be Elena going, these books are not in the same universe, And I'm gonna make her music
I
video.
never said these books aren't in the same universe. I don't think. I said I don't think there's crossover.
You heard it here, folks. Elena
What?
does crossover.
Like real, like actionable crossover.
Okay.
Like truly defined. It's clear as day. This is a crossover.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Feyre jumping portals or Amryn just popping
I
out of
will-
the cauldron into the.
Who?
Sorry, I forgot. We're still recording. Just cut this out.
Put my hand on this
Yeah.
book and say, when I was reading it, the idea of crossover literally never crossed my mind.
I love that you just
Because
create.
you didn't read Throne of Glass that had the Vault demons in them.
Guys, too much crossover.
Sorry, I forgot again.
We're done. Everybody read through chapter 47?
67.
67.
I was going to say, wait, I just read 47. 67. We'll see you back here. And at some point, we'll find out if there's crossover. And then we'll talk about it.
And if there is, apparently, I'm going to get yelled at.
Just saying, like, you could make me more croissants or something.
And
Like
apologize.
In the form of
Hey,
food.
I don't think I should have to apologize. Like, what am I going to say? Like, yeah, guys, there's crossover. Pharaoh walks in.
Pharaoh walks in.
I thought we had already ended the episode.
We gotta stop. We're stopping.
I thought we didn't stop. I thought it had ended.
Bye, guys.